Greetings, Ventures. This is Lauren, your guild advisor, and there was a bit of a break for the live streams for DanMemo, but after the holiday break, with their first stream in 2020, we got information on the Rerun collab that they announced a while ago. They said they'd be getting a rerun, and then we'd be getting the actual collaboration, a new one. We don't know when that is still. But this is the collaboration rerun right here. It is the Data Live event from last March. So this is actually the most recent collaboration event. So it's a little bit odd that this is the one we're getting as a rerun, but this was the best collaboration event in my opinion, so it kind of makes sense in that sense. And we're also getting two new characters that weren't in the previous collaboration effort. So that's also cool to see. So here is the Ice Catastrophe, and the two new characters we'll be getting are Shido, finally, because it was kind of odd not seeing the main character of Data Live in his own collaboration event not be featured as a unit. And then we're also getting Coterie in her spirit form as an adventurer, because I was really wanting to see an adventurer Coterie when this event first launched, but we only got to see her as an assist outside her spirit form. So let's quickly go over the two new units. First up is Spirit Conquest Shido. He will be a physical attacker, as you can tell by his 1923 attack and maximum break, max hit ascension, and he has a very high agility at 1135, making it one of the highest base agility stats in the game, which is good to know. And just a heads up, I would like to thank GailRide6212 and Sarah2788 on Discord for these skill translations. And as for Shido's skills, his first one, his special arts, is an AoE ultra light physical attack with a temporary strength boost and an ultra unguard rate, and has a 40% chance to seal. His first combat skill is an AoE fast mid-light physical attack with an ultra uncounter rate, and reduces enemy physical and magic resistance for 4 turns. His second skill is a single target super light physical attack with a temporary strength boost and will seal the target. And his third skill is a AoE fast mid light physical attack and will increase the strength, agility, and light attack damage of your allies by 25% for 3 turns. So all in all, a pretty decent unit. His second skill, being a guaranteed seal, is a bit interesting because that might have some use in war games, but because it is just single target, you may not want to do that unless you are doing an ailment team, because if your opponent is using Ariadne or some assist that can block out ailments, then you're not really doing too much doing a single target attack in war games if you can't even get the seal off. Though, because he does have one of the highest agilities in the game, his third skill is going to be very useful because it should just go first if you have a good assist with a good agility stat on him. And you will also be able to buff your allies' agility. So after that, on that first move, most of your allies should be going before your opponent. So he's really good if you have a team that's just based on attacking first in war games, though you still have to fight against the juggernauts that are those defensive type teams that have like double Haruhimes. So if that is your style, using a speedy physical team, then Shido would be really good for that. And he also has the Beast Killer passive, which will be very useful against beast type enemies, like the upcoming Familiar Rush that will be happening this week. And here we have Blastfire Kotori in her Ifrit spirit form. And her attack is very cute, her strength being 2020 because it is the year 2020. But it is very rare for us to have characters who have their main attacking stats in the 2k range, so that's pretty worthwhile to see. And as for her skills, her special art is a single target ultra fire physical attack that will increase in damage by 80% for each strength buff skill on her, and will also restore 20% of her MP. And as for her combat skills, her first skill is a self 30% HP heal, and will also increase her strength, heal, and fire attack damage by 60% for 4 turns. That heal just means the healing effectiveness of the heals on her will be increased by 60%. And as for her second skill, she will cast a buff on all your allies, which will save them from being knocked out only if their HP is above 10% health. If they go below 10% health while the buff is on them, that buff will be removed. And it will also restore 30% of her MP. So between the MP heals on her special arts and her second skill, it seems like her skills will be quite costly in terms of MP. And the way the second skill will be useful, besides the MP restoration, is like in Record Buster, like on the very last special that'll be used, it does a ton of damage, and using that second skill is a way for you to guarantee that your allies will indeed survive that crazy special attack during that turn. And then her third skill is a single target super fire physical attack that will increase in damage by 50% for each strength buff on her, and it will also put a debuff on your enemy, which will increase the single target damage that will be inflicted upon them for 4 turns. So all in all, Coterie is definitely a character targeted for single target fights like Record Buster and probably the upcoming Familiar Rush as well, because that Beast Killer passive that she also possesses. And she's just going to be very interesting because we need to see what the MP cost of these skills are going to be. I believe that third skill is going to be quite the hefty MP cost, so she's going to be something you'll have to manage MP cost wise when it comes to her character. But I'm happy we're getting this Coterie because I really wanted an adventure units for her when this event was first announced way back in March. And some of the existing units are getting slight buffs. Most of it is really just MP cost adjustments, the MP cost of skills being lowered. But as you can see here, Toka's light resistance debuff will be increased to 4 turns. Some of her stats are being adjusted so they're a bit higher. Origami is a very similar case where her magic buff is going to be increased by 5% on her second skill. Her light resistance debuff will be increased on her first skill, and again with the MP cost being lowered. And finally with Kurumi, they're adding an ultra unguard rate to her special arts, they're decreasing her MP cost on her skills, and they're also increasing her strength, endurance, and agility by quite a bit. And we already have a preview of how the units will be distributed via the gacha banners. The new Shido and Koterie will be on their own banner called the Fragment Gacha, and on this banner you'll be able to get a guaranteed 4-star on the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th draw, so you'll be able to get either Shido or the Koterie guarantee on those draws. And then as for the characters that are truly being rerun, on the live banner we have Hestia, Kurumi, and Origami. And the first draw will be 200 Iris, and then the guaranteed 4-star draws are on the 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 10th. And it's the similar case with the Date Gacha featuring the Assist Kotori, Toka, and Eyes. And when you do clear this rerun event, you'll get a 4-star crossover unit guarantee gacha ticket. So when you do clear through all the quests, you'll get that ticket and you can get any one of these characters from that draw. And there was a Twitter post by the official English DanMemo Twitter, and if we got over 2,000 retweets, we'll be getting 400 Iris 40 Data Live collaboration rerun event. And we did indeed meet that milestone, so we really don't need to do anything further, but it's just nice to know we're going to get an extra 400 Iris for that campaign. And this rerun is happening tomorrow night on the 15th if you are in the United States. And let's go over the Familiar Rush stuff really quick. This is also launching tomorrow night, Wednesday night on the 15th. The first stage of Familiar Rush will be featuring these Hellhounds that use physical and magic attacks that can debuff your strength and magic, and it can also debuff your agility. As for the resistances, for Earth, Water, Thunder, and Dark, it's just neutral, and then they take extra damage, an extra 30% against Wind and Light, and they resist Fire by 50%. They are weak to physical attacks by 20%, and strong against magic attacks by 30%. Then there's a nice little tip there at the bottom, and it's cut off, so too bad English DanMemo guys, you need to adjust your text a little bit. But it's basically just saying use the characters from the banner and you'll have a good day. And remember that the New Year's units also have light attributes like the new Bet, so he'll be very useful for this event as well. And as for the second stage, you have these bugbears. They use physical attacks, they can debuff your physical resistance, and they can also seal your allies, so make sure you have some way to defend against seal, like using your anklets. And as for their resistances, they are neutral against fire, earth, water, thunder, and dark. They're weak against wind by 20%, and they're weak against light by 40%. They're strong against physical attacks by 50%, and are weak against magic attacks by 60%. And as for the third stage, you have the Black Armadillo. It uses physical attacks. It can buff its own strength and agility, and remove any status debuffs on it on occasion. It can also curse your allies, which will make them unable to guard attacks. As for his resistances, he is neutral against wind, water, thunder, and dark. He's weak to fire by 20% and weak against light by 30%, strong against earth by 40%, and neutral against physical and magic. And again, they're advertising the units from the upcoming Data Live rerun and the previous New Year's gacha, as you can see right there with Anya and Kotori. Starting on the 21st, we'll be getting a new campaign login bonus called the Lunar New Year login bonus. And you can see right there, there's quite a few iris in there, so make sure you're logging in, getting those bonuses. There will also be a new paid bundle called the Lunar New Year bundle. It will have a 4-star guaranteed 11 draw ticket and 2 regular 3-star 11 draw tickets, so if you have money to spend, there you go. And right here, they're just displaying the bonuses for new players coming into the game and then players coming back after a brief period of not logging in. They are some nice bonuses, so if you know people that want to come for the Data Live collaboration event, now would be a good time. And then the next record buster will be Ravis, and this is of course again tomorrow night. And these are the upcoming events that will be expiring soon. Now this is in Japan Standard Time, so what it says for Wednesday is actually today, Tuesday the 14th. You can see the bonus Iris campaign, the Rari Mega Loot Bags, and War Games. And then tomorrow on the 15th, which is Wednesday, the same day as the big update with the rerun. That'll be the final day for the Heroic Trial Oracle of Heaven, so if you haven't farmed that up yet, make sure to finish that. And then as for upcoming events, again, this is Japan Standard Time. I don't know why they keep it that way for an English account, but on the 15th, tomorrow night, will be the launch of the collaboration rerun Ice Catastrophe, the launch of the Lunar New Year bundle, Familiar Rush, Record Buster, and there's new player login bonuses and welcome back bonuses will be going live once more. And on the 21st will be the start of the Lunar New Year login bonus. Now as for the Data Live collaboration, guys, if you haven't actually played through that before, or if you haven't read the actual event, you just skip through it, I highly suggest you go ahead and experience that story, because it is by far the best of the collaboration stories that we've had so far, and hopefully this is just on the way to whatever the new collaboration is, but I do think we'll probably be seeing Valentine stuff before the new collaboration, so we'll just have to see how they time that stuff. But again, the Ice Catastrophe is a really good event to read through, guys, because both Omori Sensei, the author of the Danmachi light novel series, and then Tachibana Sensei, who writes the Data Live series, worked on the scenario for the Ice Catastrophe event together. I made a video about the scenario itself because I really enjoyed it, so if you're a big fan of Bell and Eyes and the moments between them, I really suggest reading through this event because it's a really good one. But anyway, guys, that is the information for this live stream that they held earlier today. Hopefully we get news on the new collaboration soon, but again, we may just get information on the new Valentine stuff because that's also coming up next month because it is February. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're looking forward to the rerun event and the future events to come. If you want to see more Danmachi content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter and join my Discord, and as always, continue enjoying your time adventuring in Mario and a dungeon. This is Lauren, your guild advisor, signing out.